Hola, bienvenidos, welcome. In this video, we're going to look at regular ER verbs in Spanish in the present tense. Step one is you want to make sure you know your Spanish subject pronouns. If you already have these, then you're solid. If not, you're going to want to write them down right now. Okay, so they're right here on your screen. Pause the video, write them down if you haven't already done so, because I'm going to move on after I pronounce each of the words in Spanish for you. So we've got, starting from the top left, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas, ustedes. I do want to point out one thing to you. If you're talking about a person, like maybe just a person's name, John, for example, he would fall in the bottom left category over there. If you're talking about John and I, that's us, right? We. So that would be in the top right, nosotros. Talking about two people, like maybe my friend and my mom, mi amigo y mi mamá, they fall in the bottom right because I'm talking about them. Lastly, I'm talking about a thing, like maybe the information or the door. You want to put it into the bottom left, like in the he, she spot, because it's just one thing. And if I'm talking about multiple things, like the houses or the cars, those would go into the bottom right category when you're choosing your appropriate verb ending. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how, if you know one of these verbs, for example, comer, if you know the pattern of it, then you can apply it to all of these other verbs that you see on this list right here. And what I'm going to do for you is tell you the steps and how it works. So comer is an ER verb. First thing I'm going to do is take the ER off the end of it, of all forms in all these boxes, and then I'm going to put a new ending on it, and that gives it a new meaning. And the endings look like this. So you have your notes, right, with the subject pronouns. And I know that yo, I, goes in the top left spot, right? So I eat is going to be como with that O ending. And I can apply that to any of those verbs in that previous slide that you saw. So like one of them, for example, was beber, to drink. So if I take out the ER and add an O to it, I have bebo. So that means I drink now. Going through the rest of it, for the tu form, the informal you, I've got comes. For the he, she form, or the formal you, usted, I've got come. And on top right, for the we form, we've got comemos. The vosotros, the you guys form, or you plural in Spain, is going to be coméis. And then the they form, ellos, ellas, or you guys form for the rest of the world will be comen. And again, you can apply that to any of those verbs you saw on the previous slide. So it's super helpful to know these. I suggest that you just repeat in your head, como, comes, come, comemos. If your teacher makes you know the vosotros, coméis, and then comen. And just do that over and over again, and you'll just have it down in no time. I'm also going to include some links to some extra help for you guys. I'll explain those in just a second. So you're wondering maybe how you can use some of these just like right away in the real world. But here are 4 questions that you could use right away. So if you want to know, like maybe you're talking to an employee in a store and you just want to know if you sell something here. There are other ways to say these questions, but these are the most simple forms. Maybe you want to know if they sell shoes. You could say vende and then fill in the blank with zapatos aquí. So do you sell something here? Next question is, do you make or do you do something here? So maybe you want to know if they make chocolate here. Hace chocolate aquí? And then the next one, maybe you need to speak English to this person. You could ask them, do you understand English? ¿Comprende inglés? ¿Comprende inglés? And then the last one, do you understand me? ¿Me comprende? So those are some samples. You'll see all of these verbs are basically in the usted, the formal you form, because you're asking someone politely these questions. All right, here's your first opportunity to practice. If you want to pause the video now and just fill in the correct form of those verbs in parentheses, and then I'm going to tell you the answers in about 2 seconds. So pause the video if you want to do it first. Okay, so here come the answers. I'm just going to read them down to you, and so you can hear what they sound like. Number 1 would be yo vendo la ropa. So that means I sell the clothing. Number 2, ellos comprenden el español. They understand Spanish. Number 3, bebes tu café? Do you drink coffee? And I know that the bebes is in the tu form because the tu right after it. Número 4, ella come en el restaurante. She eats in the restaurant. And then number 5, nosotros debemos estudiar. We should study. I have some more practice available for you guys also. There will be a link, if you're watching this video on Flipgrid, to take you to a YouTube video. If you're already on YouTube, check the description of the video. I've got a crossword puzzle for you, as well as a quizlet set that you can use to study ER verb conjugations. If you're on Flipgrid, click the link that will take you to YouTube, where you can find the links to my extra practice activities. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by. Hope you learned something, and we'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego.